From the studios of Farm Journal Broadcast, this is AgDay.
Ag equipment comes in all shapes, sizes, colors, and makers.
They were ahead of their time, really.
This morning, a look at the efforts to keep this history going.
This is a 1914 Model R.
For the next generation and beyond.
Doesn't really see much time on the farm unless my daughter's out hot riding around the yard warming it up.
Here's some real tractor tales this morning on AgDay.
AgDay is brought to you by Pioneer. Pioneer brand corn has game-winning statistics like a 10 bushel per acre yield advantage. Pioneer brand corn, your best year starts here.
Good morning, I'm Clinton Griffiths. Today we're celebrating a lot of red, blue, and green. This morning we're all about celebrating farm equipment and the people who help restore it, maintain it, and even create something new out of it. We call it Tractor Tales, and we began at the University of Missouri in a group that's become known as the Torkin Tigers.
Open up the doors to the Ag Engineering building at Mizzou, and you'll often find ag engineering skills at work.
Torkin Tigers is a club here on Mizzou's campus. We design and build a tractor from scratch every year to take to the American Society of Agricultural and Biological Engineers contest that they hold in Peoria, Illinois.
Torkin Tigers has a major goal each year: build a quarter-scale tractor to compete on a national stage.
We come in fall semester, we'll sit down, we'll brainstorm different ideas, different improvements, and then we'll make that on a CAD software. So we'll come up with a 3D model.
The Torkin Tigers strive to have the 3D models done before Christmas break, but Goots admits that often requires some late nights.
From there, we'll reach out to manufacturers to get parts bent and made, and then we'll also do some of our own machining in-house. And then from there, we'll weld everything together, bolt it together, send it off to powder coat, and then if we're lucky, it's done in time for contest.
Each year, it's a process that takes a lot of time and a lot of funds to build the quarter scale from scratch.
If you were to go out and buy everything and build it from scratch yourself, you'd probably be looking in the ballpark from $25,000 to $30,000. So fundraising is a very big part of our year.
Last year, they competed with this Tiger 18. And what makes this one so special? Well, Goots says it's the drivetrain.
We do a really good job of getting by near all 32 ponies all the way to the drive shaft and into the rear tires, which really helps us in our pulls.
The group also redesigned the suspension to help with durability. But with each quarter scale tractor they design, it has to fit within the contest standards.
So we're limited to 900 pounds. They give us a 32 horsepower engine that we are not allowed to modify in any way. And then there's a plethora of other rules, but those are the major ones.
This year, the seniors are working on all new steering geometry, hoping it'll be even better than the last. But no matter how they place, it's skills learned here that could last a lifetime.
I would say problem-solving skills and communication. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on with a lot of different people. There's fundraising, there's design and cost reports where we'll write a 20-page report on why we designed it the way we did. And we have to communicate with engineers and with our business people and with even our ag ed and plant science majors as well.
But building and restoring tractors isn't just a guy thing. We took a special trip to north central Illinois, where a father and daughter team love to show off their John Deere H.
Tractor that I bought from an auction, Deere's smallest two-cylinder tractor, and I figured we've got the biggest in diesel and gas, so we had to have the smallest too. It's too big for a garden tractor. It's basically too small for field work of any size, but I guess if you had 20 acres or something, it might fit in fine. It was just something else to add into the collection. It was a little tractor. It just looked like it'd be kind of fun to play with, and I'm a little too big for it.
Who taught you to drive this tractor?
Dad. At the Antique Engine Tractor Association, they have a show in the fall. I drive it in their parade, and then I drive around the farm. So you push this forward, and then you just drive. These are your brakes. The larger the tractor, the harder it is for me to get in, and the harder it is for me to control it. I like to be able to know like glass because sometimes there'll be reflections and they bug me. I like to be out in the open. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then reverse. I normally have it in 1 or 2. If Dad's driving it, it's in 3 because I fit on it. And when I have to use a pedal, my legs aren't long enough, so my feet don't reach. So I like hand.
It looked just like it did today, but it didn't run. I rebuilt the carb and the mag, and that's about it. Did a little touch-up paint on it, but nothing serious. Keep it in the collection, keep getting it out and playing with it, have fun. From my experience, apparently a lot of people didn't know about it. So it draws attention. It could pull a small one-bottom plow. That was about the extent of what it could do. It goes to the antique tractor show. It doesn't really see much time on the farm unless my daughter's out hot rodding around the yard warming it up.
Still ahead, we continue our tour of some incredible pieces of iron, including a family that is keeping tractors and the memories of family members alive. And this is not your typical Lamborghini, but it bears the label as we continue our tractor tales.
Introducing Unscripted with Ty Morgan and Clinton Griffiths. Real, raw, and entertaining. A new episode is available every Friday on Farm Journal's YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts.
Our next tractor is actually a collection of unique and sentimental pieces of iron. Emily and Walter in Ohio have been collecting and naming tractors after the people who owned them before in honor of their memory.
We have 40 plus tractors in total. These are the ones we've named, and they come from people that we knew or had connections with when we were younger. So this is the ones that are most special to us. We have some that drove when I was 13, have some she drove when she was 6. We have some that come from relatives. So they're just all over the map of where they are. They're different colors. I have Cub Cadets that come from my brother's estate in '97 when he passed away.
It's a lovely way to honor somebody. When we go someplace and somebody asks us a question about the tractor, it just brings all those memories back. You know, just like the person is right there with us. My favorite is probably the D. When I was a little girl, a gentleman named Harvey Klotz, who our Bantam is named after, put me up on the seat of that tractor, and he looked out over that football-length hood when you're 4 or 5 years old, and yeah, it was love at first sit.
Probably my favorite is Art here, the 70 I drove when I was 13. It's the one I really wanted out of that estate, but they're all kind of my favorites. The 60 high seat, it's rare, it's only 1,200 built. It's one of my first Deeres I bought and redid myself. My D, we always called it the mobile tourist attraction because wherever you went, people went to it because unstyled D in our neighborhood isn't exactly common. You know, and it being a 36 and hers being a 36 and they're 700 serial numbers apart is pretty cool. And we have hers because I was left unsupervised.
When we take his to shows, it actually gets put up on Coke bottles. That was an advertising ploy back in the 30s that Deere would do at the county fairs, was put them up on bottles. They wanted to prove to their potential customers that a John Deere D runs smooth. Well, if you know anything about a John Deere D, they do not run smooth, but you put them up on Coke bottles and they run just perfect.
We got a Ford 3000, it's named after a family member. He was a lieutenant colonel in the military. We have a Bantam named after its former owner that she knew when she was young.
You have Mildred.
We have Mildred. It's a 1250 Cub Cadet, just come to us from the original owners. She's poor health, haven't had to sold her house. We got that. That is
Mom's best friend.
My mom's best friend for 70 plus years. My mom passed away in February. Mildred's not in good shape in nursing home, so we had to have that one. I have 2 Cub Cadets, a 1200, and it has barely 600 hours on it. My brother bought new as a leftover from a Pennsylvania dealership. He died in '97. I have his 70 Cub Cadet also. We love taking out to shows because to a 4-year-old, that is a big tractor.
You know, I honestly don't think some of the people know what we have.
I started doing this for therapy. When my brother passed away, he died in January. March, I had my first tractor, International Farmall 200. We don't collect to collect anymore. We collect from the people we know. I know there's a Ferguson sitting, and I don't know how her health is, but when she passes, I'm going to try for that one, just because I knew her and her husband many years. When you know the family, there's a connection there, and that's how you end up with this stuff.
I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
Coming up, a building full of tractor treasures, some more than a century old. Machinery Pete joins us with a tour next.
Introducing Grow Getters with Davis Michelson, a podcast that shines light on agriculture's most innovative side hustles. Find the latest episodes on Farm Journal's YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can't talk about farm equipment without Machinery Pete. He takes us to Wisconsin for an incredible collection of John Deere tractors and many other cool things.
Hey folks, Machinery Pete here on the road in Monroe, Wisconsin. I tell you what, this is a special treat. We are at the family collection at Carousel Farms, and I'm here with Randy Bader. And Randy, first of all, thank you for giving us the opportunity to get up close to your amazing collection of John Deere and other types of equipment. It is kind of mind-blowing to stand here and look at your collection. And of course, we're standing by a piece of John Deere history. Can you tell us about this Waterloo boy?
This is a 1914 Model R.
Okay.
And they're fairly rare. There wasn't a lot of R's built. I guess it would be easy to find out, but it's a matter of how many are left. But this is a Kenny Cass tractor out of Dunkerton, Iowa. And we were introduced to this tractor down at the new pavilion the first year that they had it.
As we look around your collection here, Randy, and by the way, folks, if you want more in-depth, we have a whole walkthrough Machinery Pete YouTube video with Randy and his brothers talking about the collection. But the Waterloo boy is a centerpiece, but just amazing history all around here, Randy. Can you tell us a little bit how it all got started for you guys?
Oh, probably started when we were boys. Okay. Probably riding with our grandfather Bader on his John Deere tractors.
Your late father, Ron, legend in the agricultural industry with the agency side, helped make American agriculture what it was. Must have been a lot of fun with Dad over the years.
Oh, it was tremendous. We had the most wonderful time with our father. And he loved machinery too. He had a passion for all agriculture. And he was good at anything he did. And when he decided and asked us guys if we wanted to start collecting two-cylinder John Deere tractors, of course we were delighted. Yeah. And I think our first auction we all went together was Kewanee, Illinois, and we found a couple old D's that we brought back home, and that was the beginning.
Yeah. Isn't it funny the tractors that you acquire at the auctions, or even those auctions where you go and you get skunked, you don't get it, but you can look back on the days spent with your brothers or your dad or your wife or your friends at the sale. I mean, those are good days.
Those were the best days of our lives. Yeah, we were all together looking at and judging tractors.
With this collection, you're connecting our past as we smash forward full speed into the future. And like you say, the modern equipment in the shed, you guys farm, you doing what you got to do, but honoring our past like this is a beautiful thing to do. So Randy, thank you for what you guys have done, you and your brothers and your family, and thank you for showing us, again, just a treat to be able to get up close to it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, you bet.
Still ahead, we check out what's become known as Rabbit Force One in South Dakota, and a twin city that refuses to quit. Next. Each year, the International Quarter-Scale Tractor Student Design Competition draws college students from across the country, as you saw earlier with the Torkin Tigers of Mizzou, but it's also a big deal in South Dakota State, where students have seen big success with something they call Rabbit Force One.
The American Society of Agricultural and Biological Engineers puts on a quarter-scale student design competition for university teams. We have won the championship in 2023, 2022, and 2018. Well, we start off in the fall semester with ideas. From there, we start ordering parts and designing the tractor. And moving into the spring semester, we start building the tractor. We write reports on it during the spring semester, and then in the first week in June, we travel down to Peoria, Illinois to compete in a competition with the other teams. That competition consists of team presentation, a design judging session, and performance events like a tractor pull and a durability event. This is RF1, stands for Rabbit Force 1. It's a lot of long hours. We spend a lot of time researching parts that we want to include on the tractor. We spend a lot of time modeling in SolidWorks, and then spend a lot of time wrenching in the shop too to put the tractor together. So this tractor is fully drive-by-wire with the electric steering. We shift our manual transmission with electric actuators. We've got a custom PCB on the tractor for all our controllers. Oh, it's fabulous to drive it around and show off to people.
This next tractor had a little trouble getting started, but thanks to a little help from a Farmall H, this Twin City finally started rolling.
Well, the crank started with a mag, and we were unable to get that done, so we just took this other H we had here and ran the belt pulley, put it in the twist, and kind of started that way, kind of cheated the system, if you will. It's a 1927 Twin City 2744. My wife's grandpa had it. I'm pretty sure they bought it new when they got it. Been in the family the whole entire time. It was stuck for a year, and it just sat in the shed, and I got it out myself and kind of broke loose and got it running, but after that, some other people took over and got it in a lot better shape than when I had it, so repainted it and whatnot. My father-in-law, he's passed away now, but I don't know how old it was. Him and his sister used to drive it on thrashing runs. That's what they did. They went around and thrashed for people in the area, drove it to Sheffield. Doesn't go very fast, as you can see in the videos. You know, who knows how old they were, 9, 10 years old, driving this thing up and down the old gravel roads, towing a thrashing machine from one place to the other. I like it just because it's been in the family, you know, for a long time. I just think it's a monster, which it kind of is. Probably weighs 10 times more than what it has horsepower, you know. I don't think they ever used it in the field whatsoever. They literally just used the belt pulley on the side of it to run the thrashing machine. That's all it did.
Coming up, Lamborghini is a well-known name when it comes to fancy cars. But you wouldn't necessarily expect to see them out in the field. See what we found next. Most people don't think of a Lamborghini as a tractor out in farm country. Well, Larry Wiggins shows us a different side of this Italian-made tractor.
We bought 3 of these that we farmed with. They're very economical. They're an air-cooled engine, and they was made by Ferdinand Ferrari. I was looking for a farm tractor, and the John Deere was going to cost about twice what these Lamborghinis cost. So we bought a Lamborghini tractor. They have the front wheel assist, and they were ahead of their time, really. So that's why we bought a Lamborghini tractor. And then we got one, and then we bought another one and another one, and we farmed with them. And they're very economical on fuel. These are work tractors, and now we've got them in our museum buildings, all but 3 of them, and one of them we're restoring right now. And we used them to work, and we pulled a silage chopper with them. We pulled a blower, and we pulled a disc and plowed with them, and we did everything with them. They were probably our favorite tractor to farm with. We have large tractor clubs come from all over the country, and they have never seen one. And they all are very interested in them, and they want to hear them run and see us drive them and everything. But they haven't ever seen one. And they know about the Lamborghini cars, but they don't know about the tractors.
our thanks to Mike Byers and Matt Mormon, the photojournalists who shot those stories. And that's all the time we have this morning. We're sure glad you tuned in. From all of us here at AgDay, I'm Clinton Griffiths. Have a great day out in the farm country.